right, so step one is lamination. I mean, before you start out, you got to have a shell, right? So we have all of our beautiful laminators here that lay in layers and layers of carbon fiber one at a time, depending upon, you know, where we want to put the structural rigidity, where we want torsional rigidity, and you know, where we want it to look pretty. This is the pretty stuff. It also gives pretty good stability.
Is it sticky on both sides, so it's sticking to the mold right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all done by hand, and then she'll trim it off by hand. Do we have any just... Step two is the bake. We put it into our autoclaves. These are all custom built for Stocky's.
The girls are going to bring it back out in the pieces, and then he's bolting them together.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Those can hold 8. Is that 8 stalks at a time?
Yeah, we only put 7 in it because there's a temperature sensor that we don't want to bend.
There's a sensor down that hole?
Yeah. So, well, I would trust a Delky to do it, but I wouldn't trust, you know, the average guy to do it.
How long
do they bake for?
2 to 3 hours. How long is the cycle?
Like around 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's air, Jeff. So shoot air and then bladder like a balloon. The balloon pushes all the carbon to the edge of the mold.
It's ramped. It ramps up to 260 degrees. Okay. Well, the bladder expands it immediately and pushes the shell out against the carbon fiber. The idea is, the whole idea is you want to get as much resin out of it as possible. That's how you make it light, because the resin is not the strength. The strength is in the carbon, okay? So the resin just binds the carbon together. So that's why you put a bladder mold in it and you inflate it just like a car tire into 40 PSI or whatever, sometimes as high as 60, and literally pushes out against the mold just like your car tire. And squeezes all of this stuff out of it.
So the bladder fills with air.
While it's cooking.
Yeah.
Yep. And the design of our molds, which is proprietary, gives that resin a place to go, and that's one of the ways we achieve our lightweight. So Junior mixes that up. He's got his own formula. And that's what you end up with.
Did you make that, Junior?
That isn't even post-cured.
That was cured one time.
Yeah, that isn't even post-cured. That's just, that's the softest stuff it ever will be again.
Wow.
He said you don't want to get on your clothes, okay?
They're all handmade, as you can see. Completely handmade. You want some of that? Oh, jump in.
Oh no.
And then those are all just left to set a certain amount of time. And then before they're completely hard, they go into the curing oven. Lamination, top cutting is 2, 3, 4. We're going to factory cure it overnight at a moderate temperature. So it hardens really,
so
really
like 8
hard.
to 10 hours?
Yeah. He's cutting it out for the pre-inlet.
Okay.
Was it?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
So he's taking out all of the syntactic foam that he can around the stress areas so that when we fill it with our AccuBlock material, it bonds right to the carbon fiber shell. It'll bond just fine to the syntactic foam, but it won't be as durable. It's like a bridge, okay? So you've got the receiver that's going to go in the middle here, and we put the bridge that's bonded right to the support pillars on either side. But we go the extra step to go right to the shell.
Yeah.
That one went up to the shell, but on the CNC. That wasn't Dremel, huh?
Yeah, we get close.
Yeah.
We don't want to get, well, we're going to cut that out, right? That's for the bottom metal. So we don't mind getting close there. We don't want to get too close on the sides because we'll go through we've gone through a few sides.
Yes.
You know, so you don't want to do that, obviously.
That gets filled with the heavy duty stuff.
Yep.
For the action area.
Yep. And then that's it. And then it just goes on the shelf for a week.
This is a different type of fill for the action.
Oh, that black stuff?
Extra strong.
Yeah, we call this pre-inlet is what we call it. It's where they fill the seams, they fill any gaps that they might see, any minor cosmetic repairs, put the swivel studs on. Well, then it actually goes back to the machine for the rear swivel stud hole. We actually do the rear swivel stud holes in the machine.
Really?
Yeah, we could do them on the mill over there, but
just worried about straightness, or
Well, yeah, you got to get them perfect because if you don't have it perfect, or if it's a crooked hole, you ruin the stock.
Yeah.
After all of that, you just ruin the stock.
yeah.
You know,
What kind of sandpaper she using for that?
400. What are you using for grit? 400. Yeah, they'll use up to 1200. Depending on what they're trying to accomplish. And then if we're just selling it with the raw carbon finish, we'll polish it. We've got to polish it. Put some
shiny.
yeah. That's the carbon fiber shell.
The box heavy anymore?
Well, cut it. But like if you wanted to machine something into here, it would be all frayed and it just doesn't machine well. If you want them glued, he can glue them too.
Throw them on,
Glued and screwed.
so they never come off.
Then they'll never come off, right. Our retail, we just screw them on. But a lot of OEMs want them glued too, so whatever.
It's way harder than it looks. Get your muscles up every time.